Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I've been looking at reverse shells. I didn't even know you could do that. Pretty cool. So today I was on TryHackMe and I was looking at some of their those kind of challenges, and one of them was where somebody has set up a database. Can you get in? So I was like, oh, you know, it's got to be something to do with a shell. So I started looking up their um, one of the shell rooms, and I noticed that they had something called a reverse shell. So I thought let's just have a look at it. So let me just show you what I kind of worked out playing around with it this evening. So yeah, let me show you. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I've been looking at the reverse shell. Pretty interesting stuff. Where a malicious, say a hacker or something, could embed code onto a vulnerable machine, where that machine itself starts sending out um, makes a connection to the attacker's machine, and then the attacker gains control over the system, for example. So what happens is, the way it works is the attacker would say he's listening on port, as you can see, 443 here, and somehow, basically what you need to do is you need to sort of find a way to fire off a payload onto the vulnerable machine. I'm assuming that because this has to be executed on the um, target machine itself, so I'm assuming this would have to be some sort of phishing attack or something of that sort. Because what happens is, the for reverse shell exploitation to work, the from what I understand, is that the machine being attacked has to then, as you can see here, it's the attacker's IP address that goes in. So the machine that's being attacked has to send out a connection to the attacker's machine, basically, for it to work. But once this gets executed, the attacker has full control over the vulnerable machine's files and everything. But I just wanted, I was playing around with this earlier, and I think this is pretty interesting. So this, I'm in TryHackMe, for example, and I am in the, so I've got an attack box, this one here. As you can, this is my, let me push it to this, oops, push it here so you can actually see. Oh, let me move this to the side so I can bring this, yeah, so you can actually see. So this is the attack box. Think of this as the hacker, for example. Here is the vulnerable machine. Now for this to work, what I'm going to show you, what would happen is, if I created a text document here, and I'll call it test.txt. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Test.txt, and I'm going to write here, this is from the vulnerable machine. Once reverse shell is active, the hacker can delete this file. All right, so that's what I'm gonna save that. So that's it. This is in the vulnerable machine itself. I'm kind of simulating what would happen if a hacker gets control or manages to execute a reverse shell. So what I'm gonna do, on the attack box itself here, so assuming this is the hacker, I'm going to use there's a tool called Netcat, I believe it is. Shadow View, I think it's Netcat. Where is it? Yeah, Netcat. So it's basically like a listener. So I'm going to do Netcat, and I'm going to do -L. What was L now? I forget. Basically to listen for connections. V is verbose. Then I'm going to say N, which is the option to prevent it looking up a DNS, because I don't want it to look up any DNS. And I'm going to say the port. In this case, I'm going to go port 82. I'm going to say that I'm on my machine, on the hacker's machine, hypothetically, I'm listening on port 82. So if you can see now it's listening on port 82. I'm going to go back to the vulnerable machine, and you can see from here, basically all this is, and I'm kind of, it's a strange one, because it's almost like when the sh command gets executed, or when this script runs, everything that gets sort of, it's the way I understand it, creates a link. It creates a link between the bash script, the shell, um, basically gives you a session into the vulnerable machine, because what it does, when it runs, netcat then starts listening again on port 82, and it basically binds the shell here, to the vulnerable, to the attacker's machine. So you can see in this case, this is my attack box, the one down here, 10.10.106.104 on port 82, because I am listening on port 82, as you can see. If I go back here, and if I then hypothetically assume that somehow I've managed to run this, whether it's a phishing email or whatever, I managed to run this. If I run that, on the attack box, now it's saying that you can see it's received a connection from the other machine. So hypothetically, the phishing email has worked, so on and so forth. It's managed to execute that command. Now, if I do ls here, I'm actually in that vulnerable machine, in this machine, and I'll show you, because if I do cd desktop and I do ls, you can see I've got test.txt, right? If I do cat test.txt, you can see this is from the vulnerable machine. Oh, I got some spelling mistake. Anyway, the shell is active. The hacker can delete this file, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. If I now do remove test.txt, execute that, if I come back, test.txt is now gone. Pretty cool, eh? So I could do all sorts. I'm assuming. Could I? Let's go back. Could I do touch? I'm interested now. Test.txt. If I come back, oh, there we go. I'm actually, what am I? What's it called? Who am I? Right. I've actually got now. I'm the Ubuntu user here. Wow, interesting. So yeah, so there you go. You're basically taking over that. You're basically executing shell commands as that user. So in theory, depending on who that if you know more about this, let me know. But I'm assuming, does that mean that when that command runs, this payload runs, depending on what the user is, if that payload ran when the root user was logged in, does that mean I now become the root? I would have full access to that machine. Let me know in the comments if you know. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. So yeah, I was just playing around with reverse shell, and very interesting. I mean, you would have to somehow find a way to run that command, but once you get there, that's pretty cool. You could literally bring down the entire machine. Imagine if you had full admin access. You could do all sorts. It's crazy stuff. But obviously, you'd need to be able to you'd need to be able to get it to run on that machine. So yeah, pretty cool. So I just want to make that video. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. So as you can see in that, it's pretty cool. Once you have access, once you can get that script to run, once you can get the payload to run on the vulnerable machine, or the machine you're trying to hack, you pretty much have access to a whole lot of stuff. What I'm curious, and you can put in the comments if you know, is if that payload ran when the root user was logged in, does that mean I have root user privileges? Because I didn't actually check what I could do. Obviously, there's bits where you could figure out how to elevate your privileges, but I'm just curious that if that payload ran when the root user was logged in, does that mean I have access to the vulnerable machine shell as a root user, or what? I'm not sure at this point. So if you know, let me know. But yeah, it was a great exercise. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.